Os with that, good evening, Man v Vat Swansea. Season 5, Matchday 9 with your coach Howell. And I hope you're all very well, and especially after last night's amazing successes. Oh, what a night. Absolutely fantastic. I may sound a little different this time. I'm getting so into doing these roundups, I've actually invested in a podcast mic, and I'm hoping it sounds a little better, to be honest with you. I think it's getting to a point where we're going to, as well as the fact that you've all upped your game to such an extent that our pitch and scale clashes are getting so competitive right now, I think I'm going to have to up my game with a roundup as well. Let's get down to it. So, okay, so we've had 93 attending this week. That's up from last week, and honestly, guys, you've made it worthwhile. Pitch goals at 56, Scales goals at 69, and coach bonus goals at 34. As I also predicted as well, the coach's goals are falling, but that's also reflective with the amount of people that are still in the rumble, of course. And it's pretty high, considering that we've got 5 weeks left. It is pretty high. I'm very proud of you for that. Bonus trackers, goals as well then, go to yellow and orange. Team attendance, bonus goals, goes to red, green and pink this week. And of course, our team with the biggest loss, and you own two goals for that, are our red team. Congratulations, guys. On to the next slide. So as you can see then, as we usually do, we go from left to right there. You can see that our weekly team losses are there. So we'll go for it. Fat Astuta at 2.5 kilos. Sporting Beergut at 1.2. Marco Ban Fasting at 3.4. Frying Dutchman 3.3. Scranra 7.4. Pink Panthers 5.7. Vinder Blues, Fazio and Incredible Bult breaking even. But of course, tipping this weekly team loss is thinner to win it with the Reds with 7.7 kilos there. Absolutely fantastic, especially being 9 weeks in there and still smashing those kilos gone. Our weekly club loss was 25 kilos this week, taking us over that threshold to 319 kilos lost overall so far this season. Ross Kelsey, congratulations, mate. You've entered our 5% club. There's no taking that away from you. You were there and you've cemented your place. You've immortalised your place in the 5% club there. Congratulations to you, pal. And of course, our top losers. And you, of course, will have the opportunity to be picked if if any teams need any borrows next week. You will have priority. So let's take it from top to bottom. Bottom to top, I think, actually, to give the top the praise that it's deserving there. Nick Davis, 2.1 kilos, getting very close to your milestone there. Absolutely fantastic. Adam Rayson came in, wasn't sure what kind of week he was going to have. He missed last week, of course, and he really wasn't sure. And when I said then that he'd lost that much, he looked at me like as if I had 3 heads. He wasn't overly certain about it, but then he went, wow. Okay, and you took that with grace. Absolutely fantastic there. Chris Mabe and Carl May, of course, 2.4 kilos each. Should have changed that to joint second. I do apologise there. Only now I'm seeing. And I think you get the gist that I've seen where it is there. Absolutely fantastic, guys. You coming through, smashing out those kilos. And of course, Karwai, your first weigh-in this week from registering last week, smashing out 4.2 kilos for Thinner to Win It. Absolutely tremendous work there, mate. Brilliant. Of course, this is what we're all seeing now. We've seen exactly the weight loss, and we want to know what's really going on with the pitch and overall. So our first game of the night, Marco Ban Fasting against the Fazio. FC Fazio, of course. 10-2 on the pitch. And then, of course, the scales was 5-0 to Marco Ban Fasting. Tracking was 3 goals to 2. Bonus goals was 3-0, of course, giving an overall of 21-4. Craig Bowles and Lee Stevens, you were voted our opposition's man of the matches. Congratulations to you there, guys. Then we went on then to the Frying Dutchman against Sporting Beergut. And if you look at this game here, you can see that the scales were tipped towards Sporting Beergut. However, the pitch was 10-0 to the Frying Dutchman. Tracking was even, and then the bonus goals then were very close there at 5-6. And you can see, realistically, if we went through just with the scales themselves, Sporting Beergut would have won. But luckily with the pitch as well, Frying Dutchmen are holding on to that win. And honestly, what a game. You can see then that the pitch doesn't reflect, but at the same point you could see the Flying Dutchman's performance was absolutely spectacular there. Regan Purdue and David Mabe, you were voted your opposition man of the matches there, and of course the overall score at the end of that was 22-15. FC Vinder Blues, incredible bulks. 4-4 on the pitch, guys. Scales, of course, there were no goals given to your scales points there. And of course, your tracking was given full allowances each, which also shows exactly how important the attendance, the tracking, the rumble is in this, because realistically, the bonus goals of 3-4 have tipped it in favour of the incredible bulks at 10-11. John Cottam, Anthony Butt, you have been given the opposition man of the matches for this week. Absolutely tremendous. Fourth game. Scranra, Thinner to win it. 2-8 to Thinner to win it. Scales then was 5-8 to Thinner to win it. 3-all on tracking, and then the bonus goals is 1-8 to Thinner to win it there. Gives an overall of 11-27, and Ricky Griffiths and Martin Davis, you've been given the opposition man of the matches. Congratulations, guys. And of course, our final game, Pink Panthers against Fat Astuta. I had the opportunity to watch this game as well, which was brilliant to watch, I've got to be honest with you. So the pitch score was 12-6. The scales was 10-3. Tracking was 3-2, and bonus goals was 3-1 to Pink Panthers. The reason that it was 12-6 and not 10-6, of course, is because of the borrows. So then that's where the 2 goals have come into it. You've got to excuse me for that noise as well, if you can hear in the background. My dog has now decided that he's going to sneeze uncontrollably. How fantastic. Anyway, moving on to it. Dan Landick, Paul Richards, you've been given the opposition man of the matches, which gave an overall score, of course, of 28-12 to the Pink Panthers. And that has changed our table quite dramatically, actually, as we can see on the table here. So the Flying Dutchman, you're still holding on to the top there, and you're actually going pretty far with the points as well. So you're 3 points clear, with Thinner to win it taking second place, Sporting and Biergut going down to third. Marco Banfastin, incredible bulks, you're staying in 4th and 5th there. And then the Pink Panthers have jumped up a little bit now just to go and take the 6th spot. But there, of course, is still closer on goal difference down the bottom there, with Pink Panthers at 6, Vinder Blues at 6, Fat Astute at 4, Scranra at 4, and then Fatio, of course, with 0 points at this moment in time. And you can see that there's a considerable difference in goal differences there, which is going to tip the balance either way. So let's have a look at the team of the week. These guys are the ones who have, for their team, who have lost or contributed the most to their team on regards to the scales. So we've got Nick Davis, first of all there. Nick Davis lost 2.1 kilos. Then we had Shahi losing 1.5 kilos. Jordan with 1.2 for the Vinder Blues. Carl May, 2.4 kilos. Adam Rayson with 2.3 kilos. We also had Stephen Thomas then losing 1.5 kilos. Carwai then, you had that tremendous, immortalised 4.2 kilos going into it there. Chris May with 2.4 kilos. And of course then, Andrew Honey-Jones and Lee Osborne both losing 1.4 kilos each there. Fantastic. And of course, last but not least there, Ross Kelsey with his 5% milestone there, contributing 3 goals to Sporting and Biergut. Absolutely tremendous. Moving on, the Rumble. This is 118 men, and then, well, I'm hoping, to be honest with you, by the end of the season, we'll have more than one surviving there, so I can dish out the goals. But this week, we've got to that point there where 90 members have been eliminated, and remaining 28 are still in, battling their way to week number 14. And it takes us on to the next slide. So, the fixtures. This week has been a bit of an anomaly, to be honest with you, because nobody knows who they're playing next. And this is where it comes out, okay? What I can tell you now is all the fixtures are live. So we've got all the fixtures going on, and they are there, ready to be seen on the Man v Fat website, and as well thanks to Pure Football for using your facilities as well to ensure that we can put those fixtures there and we can track the attendance as well. So what we've got then on 7th of March, we've got Thinner to Win It against Scranra 7 o'clock. Sport na Biergart, Fatastuta 7:30. Fatio versus the Frying Dutchmen at 8 o'clock. Marco Banfastin against the Vinda Blues at 8:30, and then the Incredible Bulks against the Pink Panthers at 9 o'clock. So these are the fixtures for next week. I really hope that we are happy with the fixtures. We're going to go through with it and we're going to see out this season as it is. Next season, of course, we're going to 2 pitches with 2 separate leagues, which is going to be a very exciting experience. But we will also see from next week the rundown of who and how many people, well, no, actually, who is left in the Rumble. It's going to be exciting, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all enjoyed. And hope you all have a fantastic week. If you need anything, please get in touch. Please let me know. If there's anything that I can do, I will do everything in my power to make sure I can get it done for you. On that point as well, of course, speak to your captains, speak to our PFs. Thank you all for everything that you do, because honestly, this isn't a one-man show. This is everyone is doing their bit and building this absolutely amazing community we've got in Man v Fat Swansea. There isn't anyone like it, and there isn't. In all honesty with you, I couldn't be prouder of every single one of you. Have an absolutely amazing week, and I'll see you on Tuesday.